I like lazy meatballs, but annoyingly, lazy meatballs is a dish that if you're going to do it right, actually does take some preparation, but it's absolutely worth it. Okay, so annoyingly when I went shopping, I forgot the cream cheese, which I'm kicking myself for, but I do have everything else, so hey ho, it's not a problem. You will need mushrooms, spring onions, a pepper, either red to yellow. Don't use green at all because you want this to be sweet and green peppers just aren't sweet. I pick either yellow or orange because I think they look nicer with the tomatoes. Lazy meatballs is not lazy meatballs without the cheap sausages. I'm obviously vegetarian, so I'm using the fake meat ones, but use whichever ones you actually like. Just as a side note, if you don't want meat at all, you're just not feeling it, this on its own, the peppers, tomatoes, mushrooms, spring onions, this works really well with pasta as well. Just put it out. That is lazy meatballs. So the meatball side of it is really easy, just chopping up some sausages. But it's the other things that go along with it, other things that take the time. But good food is always worth it. By the way, if you like the t-shirt or the hoodie, you can get yours at tailrain.tmail.com. Links down below, proceeds goes to charity. Let's crack on with the cooking. Alright, before you put the oil in the pan, you want to make sure that the flame's going to it. It just makes it react better, and this is a form of chemistry. Please don't cheap out on oil. Good oil is worth it. You want to treat the lazy meatballs just like real meat if you've gone for the cheat option. By that I mean you want to season them. It's all about the season. Garlic salt, a little bit of sage, paprika, tarragon and parsley, get your greens in. And tonight, just a little bit of meat. Now I want to fry this quickly. And I want the heat going to the sausages before I put in the actual extras. Now we got a good heat going. The pan is sizzling. This is where I want to add all the juices. With just a little bit more oil. Let's come over here where the frying pan isn't crackling away. So, the point is of that, I want the juices of the tomatoes, I want the sweet juices of the peppers to all mix in. Now, mushrooms, as I'm sure I've said before, are a sponge and they will just absorb moisture. So you might need to add oil bit by bit, a little bit going in. But the mushrooms being a sponge is very beneficial to this because they're going to absorb the flavour as they're cooking alongside the meat. That is going to take your lazy meatballs from about meow to meow. Now, it would normally be about this time that I add the cream cheese to the frying pan so that it cooks with the peppers and the sausages and so on. But I forgot the cream cheese, so bugger. I keep moving my laundry around so you guys don't see it in the background. Normally I put it in the bedroom, but the bedroom is bloody cold and I actually want my clothes to dry. Okay, the pasta is practically done, so this bit is important. Now ideally the pasta wants maybe another minute till it is actually proper done, but that's not what we want. That is lazy meatballs. It's on a very light fry right now, on about 4, which is a minute. I'm going to give it about a minute or so, and that's it. By the time I've set the placemat up and everything else, this thing is ready to eat. It's a mostly very healthy meal. Obviously the oil, but here's the thing. If you're going to start eating healthily, if you're going to take a closer look at what you want to eat, what you want to put into your body and things like that. The biggest mistake that people make is that they do all this healthy stuff, but they don't enjoy what they're eating. If you're not going to enjoy what you're eating, you're not going to keep to a healthy diet. So a little bit of extra oil isn't the worst thing in the world, especially if it means that you keep coming back to these mostly very healthy meals. It's got fresh peppers, it's got tomatoes, it's got mushrooms and spring onions. It's got a lot of what you need with an amazing taste. If you do like your cheese, definitely cut back on it with this meal. If you use cream cheese, again, little bits, try and wean yourself off just a bit by bit. And certainly if you are using cream cheese, you'll find that you won't need as much grated cheese on the top of it when the meal's done. But this is it. This is lazy meatballs. This is a bit of prep work, but damn good meal. Okay, so we've got my very grown-up glass of Vimto here. The perfect companion to a meal like this. Well, it's not. Whiskey is, but I've got work tonight. So, let's get into it. Okay, a few little extra bits. If you're not a fan of peppers, I strongly suggest you still use peppers and pick them out, because the juices that go into the food that you're cooking, it takes it to a whole new level taste-wise. Also, don't use green peppers for this. Green peppers, they're just not nice. They're not nice. But this mix of juices all flowing together works really, really well. You don't just have to have sausages with this. It's not just a lazy meatball dish. You can use it with diced chicken, diced beef, whatever. The meat alternatives if you want. Or if you don't want any of that and you just want this, the pasta, the peppers, spring onions, so on and so forth, it absolutely still works. The final step, when you've got the pasta mostly cooked, and then you dump it into the frying pan so it can absorb all of the remaining juices, all the oils and so on. It's just absolutely gorgeous. It's a quick meal. I started cooking at 6:30, which included prepping and mucking about with my phone to record this. It's now just gone 7 o'clock. I'm sat down and I'm eating. It's an absolutely belter of a meal. Apart from the oil, mostly pretty damn healthy. But again, just as I said before, you've got to enjoy what you eat, otherwise you're not going to keep to any kind of healthy kind of diet. So there you go. If you like the hoodie or the t-shirt that I'm wearing under it, you can get yours at tailwind.tmail.com. All proceeds go to charity. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.